Now, we're going to take a look at the A problem for 2009. By now, you probably recognize this as another truth evaluation problem. Remember, the 2 steps for a truth evaluation problem is to look at all the possible outcomes and then evaluate the truth of each statement. In this case, your 4 statements are all mutually exclusive, meaning that only one of them can possibly be true. Because every statement is either true or false, the number of false statements can't be more than one possible value, which means that only one of these statements is true. Therefore, 3 of the statements must be false, and the correct answer is C. Well, that was pretty easy. Now let's take a look at the next problem. Now we're going to look at the B problem from 2009. This is a pretty fun problem. The rules of this problem are that the maximum number of yellow hats is 3, and the maximum number of blue hats is 2. Now we'll take a look at the statements in this problem to help us find the answer. As you read the problem, it says that Karen is seated in front of Rylan, and Rylan is seated in front of Sharon. Each of them is wearing a yellow or blue hat that they do not know the color of. The first statement is Sharon, who's sitting in the back and can see the 2 students in front of her, knows that she cannot determine the color of her hat. Well, remember, there are 4 possibilities right now for the 2 students in front of her. They could be wearing yellow yellow, blue yellow, yellow blue, or blue blue. Sharon knows that they are not both wearing blue hats. If they were, she would know that we're at our maximum of blue hats and she has a yellow. But because she does not know what color hat she has, they could not have both had blue hats. That narrows down our options to 3. Now we'll take a look at Rylan's statement. Rylan heard what Sharon said and also knows that there are only 3 possibilities remaining. He says that he cannot know the color of his hat either. What that means is Karen cannot be wearing a blue hat, because if Karen was wearing a blue hat, Rylan would know that the only option when Karen is wearing a blue hat is for him to be wearing a yellow hat. Since that is not the case, there are only 2 possibilities remaining. Well, Karen says that she must know what color her hat is, which is true. Of course, in both of the remaining possibilities, Karen's hat must be yellow. Therefore, the answer for the color of Karen's hat is yellow. Even though we don't know what color Rylan's hat is, we know that Karen's hat is yellow. We were able to answer this problem by listing out all of the possibilities and eliminating them according to the statements given. Let's get ready for the next problem. For the last problem, the C problem of 2009, we have once again another truth evaluation problem. What we're going to look at first is the 4 girls making a statement. They are Jessica, Sandy, Melissa, and Nicole. Each of them made a statement about who is guilty. Again, on the left is the girl making the statement, and on the top is the girl who is claimed to be guilty by the statement. we know that only one of them was telling the truth. This is important. That's what actually lets us find our answer. Let's evaluate each statement. Jessica says that it wasn't her, meaning that it could have been any of the other three girls. Sandy says that it was Nicole, meaning it wasn't any of the other three girls. Melissa says, no, it was Sandy. Nicole says Sandy is a liar, meaning Nicole's statement is the exact opposite of Sandy's. Now that we have 4 different claims about who's guilty, we know that only one of them is telling the truth according to the problem. So which girl was guilty according to only one of the 4 statements? That would be Jessica, who is guilty according to Nicole's statement. Who knocked over the monitor? The right answer is Jessica. Now we've finished the 2009 problem. A through C.